Hello everyone, welcome back to a 33rd Regiment line battle. Not the standard historical fare, however, plenty of clippity-clops are involved in this battle. And as you can see, it is the French versus the British. And here we see some French soldiers marching out, the 33rd. There's EOC. And there's Lieutenant Blaze at the front, with Wingo Dingo 396 behind him. What a fine name, sir. And we move over to the other line, which is being led by Ensign Burns from the 70th. And let's tell you about the regiments that are on here tonight. So, on the British side, we have the 1st EB, the 2 TE, the 10 PP Grenadiers, you can see in there, the KPVP. You name it, really. I mean, look at the numbers that are on there. I mean, just so many people. And the KP. And, yeah, just lots and lots and lots and lots of people. And the 2T down the bottom. And on the opposing side, it's pretty much filled with the 33rd and the 70th. So, they are the dastardly French going up against the Brits. And here are some of them. Recruit Raven has been sent to the rear, no doubt. Misbehaving. And a fine line coming in here. And there, Alpazero, 100 OL. We just call him ELP. It's just easier. Carrying the flag, the tricolour, and the Imperial Eagle. So, there is Captain Flashcoms of the 33rd. Fine sideboards on the man. And he's making his way out into this quite open field. Not really a huge amount of cover available. Undulating hills are enough to provide sort of hiding of your direction, maybe. Difficult to say. You can see the guys are staying behind the hill to try and keep their movement at least semi-secret so they can possibly get an ambush off on the Brits. So let's go and find out. Here is KP. And at the front, there is Nassi from the KP. And look at that. Over here, we find fine horsey goodness. A ranged Karma of the 1st EB. Getting the cannons ready. Doesn't she look buxom this evening? And look at this. Random piratage coming in from Dr. Dimples of the 1st EB. And over on the side, the commanding officer, Me Master 69. Huzzah! Huzzah indeed. So, these guys going in for a little bit of a roundabout around this large lake in the centre. Who are these fine? It's the Marines. It's the 2TE. And you can see the fine guard here in as the Marines with a lovely hat from this gentleman. And over, supported on their left flank, the 1st EB. And here is recruit Unchinchin Daisuke. We'll just call him Ok. And a bit of frantic bagpiping will be coming soon. So now you can see the Black Watch getting involved up against the likes of Lance Corporal of Horse 33rd Johnson. And here is Jumbo Wackles, what a fine name, Lieutenant of the 1st EB, going up against Johnson. Trying to stab him in the Johnson, quite literally. And down goes Barbaros from the 1st EB, a fine stab. And Burns also falling as well, another kill. Look at this, Johnson doing a fine job against the rampaging Scotsmen around him. And the sailors, well, the Marines. Oh, fine stab, sir. And another stab here. And you can see the Scotsman has decided to tactically retreat. To get some support, maybe? No. Recruit Sanders, now he's having to go up against 2. Oh, look at that. And he forced the team kill on the Johnson. Dived inside his sword and then murdered Recruit Sanders. Fine tactics coming in there from the Scotsman, Lofas of the 1st EB. And yes, he is a very lucky man. So here is Tequinrus from the Guard. And you can see his colleagues out there. Oh, holy crap. A ranged Karma Wow, beautiful shot there coming in from a ranged Karma. And look at that. A line of bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 or 9 in there. He's going to be pleased with that. And there you go. 8 kills, 1 death. Pretty good for 1 cannonball shot, really. So, now you can see what remains of the Black Watch from the KP. And also the all charge is going to go in 18 seconds from now. And up on the hill, 2 men locked in combat. Oh, God. Pianisty. And there you can see Elp being taken down by Nassi. And here they are at the lake edge. And cannonballs from Night Stalker taking down multiple members of the 2TE Guard. This is what they got to watch for. Beautiful shots coming in. Oh my goodness, look at that. There's even text up in the sky as well. No doubt the map maker. So, here you can see, now they're all charging together. The all charge was given. Down goes Irishman, killed by Lofas. And this is the melee that remains in the centre. Hiding behind a horsey. Oh, look at that. Down he goes and stabbed mercilessly. That may have been Colonel Spoons who was killed. And Recruit King George is also finished off. End of that round. We're on to the next one. And so we are back following the bagpipery of Daisuke. Fine bagpipery, we heartily approve. And we know that every time we hear bagpipes, we know for a fact that Malak's teeth are being put on edge. Major Fury, look at that. A fine face for command. Followed in by Jumbo Wackles, Undead Python, and Lofas. And there's a man with a horn. Rifleman Isaiah Tongue. Supported by, oh my goodness, Overly Lucky Tomboy. Evil Bitch. And of course Daisuke. And Gretel. And Embarrass. So the bagpipery has ended. He's on to the next tune. As we follow the Black Watch. Now supported, oh my goodness, by cannons. There's oh my goodness, Takeshi Miyamoto. Working together with, of course, the mass murderer that is Arranged Karma. At one with her cannon. Always good to see. And you can see there have been some casualties already. And over here, the Marines. Moving forward with the support. And led by Oberleutnant Shadow. And in for the support. And you can see them going up against the likes of the 33rd. Lieutenant Max, there's Lance Corporal Douglas. And these guys now moving out. They've lost a few of their number. They're now being pursued by the Brits. The Derpy Yordi gets killed. And oh goodness, look at this. There's Nassi from the KP. And they're going after as many of the defenders and attackers as they can. Down goes Shear, down goes Marty, down goes Max as well. And the bagpipes are getting involved. Down goes the drummer. And they're forcing a few team kills as well. And poor Recruit Kendall shift-tabbed. Never mind. And there's a little bit of teabagging of said horses. By Daisuke. So. The victory teabag is complete. However. Whoa, cannonball. Enemies still survive. 22 still remain living. Including a horse. Hello, horse. Oh, horsebutt. Hello, horsebutt. And so, Tongue, the rifleman. Fine hornwork. Now, we move over to here. To see what these guys are up to. Look at all these fine fellows. fine sailor boys. There's Justice. There's Martin. And Horstal, adjutant of the 2TE, sorry. So we've just lost wing. Oh, down goes Martin. No sooner do we mention him than he cops it. Killed by a random bullet. And you can see Troll Priez is taken down as well. And you can see the fire coming in from the enemy. Fine drumming going on here from the OC, from the 33rd Invitational Grenadier. Fine drumming work as well. And now look at that. Let's see if we can lock in on the 70th. We can. We're in with Recruit Kendall. And he's taken a little bit of a murdering. Oh, look at this. Engel from the 2TE doing a great job of defending himself from multiple directions. Trying to pick his battle. Trying to get that one-on-one to get the quick stab in there if he can. Opportunistic stab is going to help him. Try and forcing a team kill. This is what's just happened to Major Fury from the 1st DB. You can see here they continue to try and probe his defences. And he's not one for being probed. And look at this. Fine work. He goes in for that opportunistic stab. Just took some damage. This could be a dangerous moment. And he forced the team kill. But sadly at the cost of his own life. So, numbers. 10 versus 8. So right now the Brits have the... Oh my goodness. What is Recruit Kendall doing? So, here, from the 10 PP, and that definitely is what looks like a Polish name. And there's no, oh my good. Let's watch Tech. We'll see. And there's Talik, and Make, and Piasti, or Piansti, Mr. Green, Stiven, and of course Wodge at the back. So, they make their way out as the Black Watch. And the all charge is now given. So, beacon has been requested. Placed onto one of these fellows. So that they can see where their opposing number is. And they're over the other side of the lake. I really hope they don't charge to the left and these guys charge to the right. Otherwise, we have the potential to be here all bloody night. But it seems that some quarry is ahead for the Black Watch. Standing, waiting to hold back the flood. The 70th, under the command. You can see Lance Corporal Horse. Oh, Kendall's surrendered already. Odakeo from the 70th. As bagpipery begins. Down goes Kendall, down goes Odakeo. Scarhead also finished off. Here is Mr. Green now. Who's this man? Backing up towards the lake. It's Johnson. Oh, fine stab, sir. Into poor Wodge there. And he's going in for a little bit of a stab and a grab. And he's going for it. Oh, Johnson. Massive stab. 3 in a row. Until he finally gets poked in the kidneys. By Make. It's Colonel Spoons of the 33rd. The Spoony one himself. Now supported by some additional forces. And he's going up against the enemy. Of which there are not many. And Spoon takes a stab. He gets another stab into him. It's not going well for Spoons. And he turns to try and attack. And Vesmeri takes him out. Oh, here's King George. Recruit of the 33rd going in for a little bit of melee fun. As down goes the remaining member of the French army. And we move on to the next round. Well, we're back in the fields again. Nearby the French camp. So we try and avoid the horses. We sneak in, looking for these fine fellows making their way forward. A Look at this. Lovely stuff indeed. As the tree completely ruins the shot. Don't they all look wonderful? So, let's find out who these fine fellows are. It's the 1st EB. There's Jumbo Wackles. Oh my goodness. Look at that face. A face only a mother could love. It does look like looks like a boiled horse. But never mind. Okay. Mean Master. Look at that. A face of determination and focus. Along with excellent beardage. And a ranged Karma. Looking for someone's ears to clean out with his Johnson's baby bud. But sadly not. He's waiting for a cannon. And here it comes. As delivered by the Doctor. The dimply one. Now getting the cannon ready. And it looks to be a howitzer as well. There we go. So it's going to be a different kind of shooting. Won't be looking to do the bounce. We'll be looking to do the big explosion. And the cannonballs whistle over their heads. Already. So, you can see now Karma ramming home the cannonball onto the charge. And now, ready to fire. Look at that, the cannonball's in there. And away it goes. So, here's Rutkowitz from the Tame PP. In with his spyglass and the flag being held by Tequerinus. Look at this shadow. Oiberleutnant shadow of the 2E. And it looks like one of their guys just took a bullet. That's Fusilier Hager, I believe. So these guys now will remain in place. The 10 PP. Let's watch. Splits. Oh my goodness, the names. Doc Gredge. And Rutkowitz. And Erson in there as well. Who's drumming? Conspicuous drumming is occurring. And now you can see, watch it, taking down some of the enemy as the 1st EB pull back to form a defensive position. But it looks like they're trying to head off these guys, who look to be doing a very nasty flanking manoeuvre. We'll just have to wait and see how that turns out. It's Blaze, Lieutenant of the 33rd, leading the boys forwards. Recruit Sanders behind him. And there's a man on a horse. Miyamoto. Look at that fine moustache. Oh, goodness me. And there's the explosions of the mortars, the howitzer. That shrapnel going to do massive amounts of damage to them as down go a couple of members of the 33rd. And they're going up against the fellows in the 1st EB. Isaiah Tongue standing his ground. Out comes the pistol. Surprisingly, no one's killed by the pistol. Although somebody might have died laughing when you used the pistol. But it looks like the 33rd has come away relatively intact. Now you can see the 1st EB moving back. Who's this? Miyamoto. And you can see now the howitzer. As through the smoke comes Johnson. And now they're taking on Major Fury. That fine sabre. Isn't it beautiful? And in the background, the bagpipery. Lovely stuff indeed. Oh. Down goes poor old Takeshi Miyamoto. And that's it. Pretty much cleared up there. So, let's have a look, as we've now got 16 members of the United Kingdom remaining and 18 members of the French army still upright. And here's some of them. Correction, down go some of them. There's Mathis gone down and Stiven as well. So here from the 10 pp, Kutch and the guys, Doc Gredge from the 10 pp, fantastic stuff. Look at these guys, always a pleasure to see the 10 pp. So, now let's see, what do they have planned? They must have something up their Napoleonic sleeves per se. Taking pot shots at the enemy and fine dodging skills. Coming in there from Lockhead. Invited to the 70th. As the return coming in from the 33rd from the bushes. Take down poor old Doc Gredge. You can see there, he's unwell. And the 10 pp fighting for survival. And it looks like they've lost a few members as they now break an attack for the melee. It may not look good for the 10 pp, and they're finished off brutally. But they managed to force a team kill at the same time. So, the last stand of the 10 pp. So, let's see if we can find out what's going on now. Because, numbers-wise, 11 and 11. So, it's all to play for still. And these guys making their way out from the ruins. Oh, look at this. Someone has stolen the Jack. The pride of England. Stolen by a drummer. Daisuke. And she's away with that flag. And Gummy Cat wants to know why he's lagging. Oh dear, Daisuke getting her feet wet. Going around the edge of the pond, the water here. And now you can see the members of the 33rd looking to retrieve the colours. Their honour must be recaptured. But she's made it back to reinforcements. And here they are from the 2TE. They're going to look to form a defensive position. Oh, look at that. Down goes the 33rd. Murdered horribly. And we're all charging, boys and girls. And now you can see on the waterfront, on the bank of this massive pond, or lake, the battle is underway. The melee. Wingo Dingo in with a sabre. And look at this. I was about to say, fine defensive work, and then he got horribly murdered. So, sorry, Wingo. Another casualty. Oh, my goodness. There was a bagpiper trying to defend himself with a Johnson's baby bud. It didn't work out as nice as he would want it. So, we move on to the next round. Okay, so, the next round, here we are. Now, let's just see, because there's the French. Let's go and have a look at the Brits. Oh, dear. There's Alpar. Or Elpar, I should say. El Pasero 100OL. And here's Recruit Dolphin. Look at that moustache. Serious moustaching going on there from Recruit Dolphin. No making of the squeaks or the clicks that we normally associate with dolphins. But at the back is Captain Flashcombs. So they essentially have an officer at the front and an officer at the back, bookending the guys in between to essentially make sure that they stay focused, don't wander off, don't get lost, and keep their numbers together, as there is safety in the superior firepower of a large line. So, let's see what Max is going to do. So we'll go ahead and look, because this is certainly a good area as far as cover is concerned. You can see here plenty of nice stone walls to catch those nasty, nasty lead bullets. But meeting them in the Battle of the Ruins will be the French. Daisuke drumming away, and look at that. They were going to engage, and this could be unfortunate. Look out, boys and girls. Attack! Oh, an ambush. It's an ambush, and they've been attacked from both directions. This could be a very dangerous situation for the French army, and this is not going to be looking good, as there's a few victims of his Johnson. And now, evil bitch. Oh, living up to her name. Lovely stab, young lady. Hey, look at that. Not even focusing on the bagpiper. Down she goes. As indeed an evil bitch would. And so you can see more victims on the 10pp. Oh dear. Courtesy of Night Stalker. So, the guys reforming, getting ready. And we move over to Shadow. Oberleutnant of the 2TE. Now, who's this man on a horse? It's Meme Master. And we look over to the cannon position. There's a range karma. In comes drummer Daisuke. And there, of course, is Sailor Dimples. Fine work. Lovely dimples as well. So we continue to observe Dr. Dimples. And see what happens. Oh, goodness. Things are afoot. As there is Valdemar from the 33rd. Hunting the quarry. And in the back. Oh, that's not very polite. That's not gentlemanly at all. Oh, dear. Never mind. All's fair in love and war. And who are these fine fellows? The 70th. Ensign Burns. And they're taking on members of the 2TE. And you can see they've broken up. And now they're moving into a melee position. As now you can see Drummer sneaking behind him with the colours. The colours being taken to safety by Daisuke. Meanwhile, oh goodness, but Daisuke has a tail. No. Kendall turns around. And as you can see, all the French here have been finished off by superior British numbers. And now there's sneaky fellow. The ensign. Now making his way back to reinforcement. There's Gummy Cat. But the Tricolor with the Imperial Eagle may be walking into the pond. He's going to drown with the Tricolor in a final brave self-sacrifice to deny the colours to the enemy. And down goes Daisuke any second. Manages to grab a quick breath. Might be able to make it if the depth of the lake remains consistent. And she, no, down she goes. Given her life to protect the Imperial Eagle. What a sacrifice and a beautiful team kill. Oh, dear me. Okay, I don't think that was intended somehow. As you can see, it's a little bit messy down here at the cannon areas. Oh, dear. That team kill. I think we'll file that under. Whoops. Oh, dear. And Night Stalker's still in second place. Love it. Oh, look at this. In comes the Johnson's baby bud. Meme Master's going to clean your ears out. And his horse has taken a little bit of damage. And his horse is continuing to be cut down and maybe felled at any minute. And so, look, avoiding the enemy. Down goes the horse and Meme Master's in trouble. And he's murdered brutally. Well, it looks like we're on the next round and there's been some fine kills coming in. Colonel Spoons is out there with the cannons. Doing some damage. You can see Spoons in with 5 kills, 2 deaths already. And here is Derpy Yordi from the 33rd. Fine recruit. And led by Lieutenant Max. So, let's see what they plan. Now, Oh dear. Taken out by the 1st EB. And oh, down goes the horse. Colonel Spoons has lost his clippity-clop. Now he's fighting back against the enemy in his Royal Artillery uniform. Fine braidage on the shoulder. Oh, gets stabbed in the head by one of his own. And manages to team kill a recruit from the 70th. Oh well. Acceptable losses. Poor old rifle. Never mind. Spoons blooded but not unbowed. Look at that. Jacket spattered with the blood of his enemy and probably a friend as well. So, you can see now, moving the cannon round to try and take out the French. And a quick bounce, but it looks like now they move in. And the 2TE come charging in as Meme Master is on the horse. As the remaining members of the artillery fight for their lives. Irish man, no longer Irish. And Spoons is finished off. Now, let's see who remains. Nobody, but they managed to regain the Imperial Eagle. Picked up and taken away. As surviving still remains 30 English. So by all means the battle is nowhere finished. So a line from the 33rd taking some casualties. Blaze moves them away from their current location into a flanking position. And moving into a closer position is the 2E or the 2TE. Down goes Oberleutnant Shadow. Recruit Sanders moving in.
Auf geht's, Kameraden!
Going in for the kill. And currently running away from the kill is the likes of Horstel from the 2TE, and they're going up to the reinforcements on their hill. The KP are waiting for them, providing musket fire support. Oh goodness, this could be bad. There's Dom from the 33rd dodging. Not very well. Poor Dom, you can only dodge for so long. Oh, Nelly! Fine canister shot coming in from the cannoneers there. And now Lieutenant Max moving in. And of course the inevitable team kills that always occur. Fighting for his life. Mario. And his life's now over. Down goes another Frenchman. And, oh dear, down goes Dimples. The cuteness of her dimples will not save her. And the final man, Make, from KP is finished off. And we're swapping a map. We're doing one of them map swaps. Hurrah! Hurrah indeed, we're back after one of those map changes. And you can see the cannons moving out quite quickly. Look at that, very high speed stuff. So, good to see a bit of high speed horsey stuff moving out. It does look like they're sort of reverse moonwalking a little bit. But kind of the gun carry. Oh, goodness me. Might need a little bit of work, their script there, to give them that speed. But it does remind me of the gun carriages of old that I used to see being galloped around at the Royal tournaments in my youth, when they used to still do that thing. Wonderful it was to see the hussars with all their gun carriages and fine trained horses. Glorious stuff it was indeed. So, the cannon has been deployed. And here it waits. Looking very shiny, so at least they're keeping it clean. Do they hose down the centre here? So obviously, there's a certain amount of maintenance that goes into looking after your cannon. You don't want it to go all rusty or fall off.
Come on, you bastards!
Well, precisely.
You bastards!
Yeah, all right, okay, your point's made. So here you can see the fine steel work on the wheels and that bounded wood effect with pins in to stop the wheels falling off at the important moment. And here is the Spoons himself. The Colonel with his first kill there of the new map. Poor old Mario didn't last more than 1 minute and 3/4. So he's now going to have to sit out the rest of the round. Poor Mario. And here, the 33rd in the Battle of the Windmill, going up against the 1st EB, and it looks like the 1st EB have suffered the majority of the casualties. It's even closer with members of the 10PP supporting them. And now you can see the 33rd also getting in a bit closer to try and take out the defending forces, apparently loitering in the field. It's the 2TE. There's Jaeger. Oh dear. And now the blood will soak into the cornfield. Probably make for a good crop. But yeah, probably tastes a little bit funny. A bit irony maybe. Don't know. Anyway, that aside, round the side comes the 33rd. Led by Captain Flashcoms. And running in the opposite direction is Turquinrus. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Cannonballs bouncing past them. In the general direction. Oh my goodness, there's a flag being frantically waved. Who's the flag waver? It's Daisuke. So fine flag waving coming in from Daisuke. As there, of course, the standard team killing. There's Major Fury. Look at that. Daisy in his mouth. Out comes the pistol. You can tell he means business with that pistol. And going in for a bit of a dance there. So up here on the hill, now you can see the French artillery retreating and reforming at a further back location. And there's Goob. Also in there, as well as somebody dressed up like a Smurf. It's Dr. Dimples. So the dimpled one is back with Meme Master. And they've moved the cannon position back even further as Night Stalker claims 2 members of the 70th. And poor old Jumbo Wackles has been taken down with a bayonet. So here is the 33rd. Probably the main target. Yep, that's certainly going to help them. But now this is going to be the problem for them. They're now going to be charged by a large contingent of British Army. So he had a chance to try and get as many kills as possible. And they're still reloading. Are they going to go in? No, they won't be able to get it in time. They are set upon and goes in for the quick attack to light the fuse. But sadly, was not to be. And so, Random Horse, who seems to be lost. But never mind. Oh dear, Daisuke. Daisuke is down. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That has been a line battle courtesy of the 33rd Regiment. And of course, the scripts. Thanks for the 33rd for running additional scripts on the artillery. To obviously give more of a sort of gun carriage feel to it. A bit faster, obviously. The problem with that is it sometimes leaves the horse and the carriage out of sync slightly. But obviously the guys, they write scripts all the time for their games. And so they'll be on top of that. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed. And we'll see you again for more Napoleonic Wars soon. Take care, everyone. Cheers.